Bitcoin was born as a rebellion against centralized power, but now, it's wearing a red hat. In 2025, the Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas didn't just make headlines for crypto, it made headlines for politics. MAGA banners waved beside BTC flags, Trump Jr. took the mic, JD Vance took the spotlight, and the entire conference began to feel less like a tech summit, and more like a political rally. So here's the question, has Bitcoin become a partisan weapon, or is it just being hijacked? Welcome back to Web3 Exclusive, where we break down the war for digital freedom. Today we're diving into Bitcoin's MAGA moment and what it means for decentralization, regulation, and your portfolio. Let's set the scene. Las Vegas, 2025, a sea of Bitcoin enthusiasts. But something's different. The suits on stage aren't tech founders, they're politicians. And not just any politicians. They're MAGA-aligned, Trump-affiliated, and pushing a narrative that paints Bitcoin as the ultimate American asset. Don Jr. talks about fighting back against central bank tyranny. JD Vance praises Bitcoin miners as the front lines of economic freedom. Even Trump himself has flipped his stance, now accepting BTC donations and promising to, protect crypto from overregulation. What used to be about decentralization is now being branded as patriotic. But Bitcoin was never meant to serve a country, it was meant to serve everyone. To understand what's happening, we need to rewind. Bitcoin was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, a pseudonymous coder who walked away from fame and fortune. Early adopters were cypherpunks, libertarians, privacy radicals. They didn't want power, they wanted to dissolve it. But now we're watching that ethos get rewritten. Populist leaders see Bitcoin's passionate base, its meme culture, its financial power, and they're using it. They're reframing Bitcoin not as a tool for all people, but as a weapon in their own political war. That shift, it's not just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Trump's about-face on Bitcoin isn't just strategy, it's a seismic shift. Back in 2021, he called it a scam. But now, in 2025, he's embracing it. Why? Well, because Bitcoin offers a powerful narrative. It's anti-government, it's outsider-friendly. It lets him frame himself as the champion of financial freedom in a world of centralized tyranny. He's promised to end the Fed's CBDC efforts, defend miners, and integrate crypto into the US economy. But only on his terms. And here's the problem. When crypto becomes political currency, neutrality dies. Bitcoin wasn't made to serve presidents, it was made to survive them. We're entering a new kind of battle. Bitcoin is now being pulled into culture wars. For some, it's a symbol of American greatness. For others, it's a tool of evasion and criminality. And with each side digging in, Bitcoin's meaning is being reshaped, less about math and protocol, more about slogans and sides. This tribalism threatens the very neutrality that made Bitcoin powerful. If one party claims it, the other will attack it. If Bitcoin becomes the mascot of a movement, it loses its global appeal. Worse, it invites regulation as a partisan threat, not as a neutral tool of freedom. One proposal stood out at the conference, the creation of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Trump allies are floating the idea of turning Bitcoin into a state-held asset, like gold in Fort Knox. They say it'll help America hedge against inflation and digital tyranny. But let's be real, this is political capture in motion. Once the government holds the keys, they'll start setting the rules. Bitcoin's power lies in its independence. If it becomes a national asset, you can bet the next step will be controls, blacklists, and state-sanctioned wallets. Decentralization only works if it's truly nonpartisan. If you're building DeFi, holding stablecoins, or participating in DAOs, the politicization of Bitcoin sets a terrifying precedent. It means code is no longer neutral. It means builders may face regulation not based on what they've created, but on who supports it. We're already seeing this. Talk of banning anonymous devs, blacklisting algorithmic stablecoins, and forcing wallet disclosures tied to political affiliations. This isn't freedom, it's just a new form of gatekeeping wearing different colors. Here's the truth. Bitcoin doesn't need a president. It doesn't need a party. It needs protectors. People who believe in open access, borderless finance, and a future where money is not controlled by the few. If we let politicians own the narrative, we lose the protocol, we lose the freedom, and we risk turning the greatest tool of digital independence into just another cog in the political machine. It's time to defend Bitcoin's soul, not with slogans, but with action. If you value decentralization, if you care about where this is going, don't just hodl. Speak, build, vote, and most importantly, stay informed. Like, subscribe, and share this video if you believe Bitcoin should remain for everyone. This is Web3 exclusive, and the fight for digital freedom is just beginning.